And welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Bros. This is Big Baby Ben.
Billy the Kid Rogers here. Troy Black, baby. At it again. Yeah.
Energy's high tonight. Lots of big news from NXT and Monday Night Raw. So, Jay Uso and Kevin Owens working together as a team and an accidental super kick.
Whew. I mean, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. We see things like this happen all the time in people's careers in the WWE and outside of the WWE, AEW, everything. Um, these kind of things happen when chemistry is not all the way there in the ring, unfortunately. And this is just one of those things, unfortunate things that happen. Kevin Owens is a fucking hothead. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he just sees that it's an accident and pans it over. He probably most likely will. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But like I said, these are the things that happen when you have two. It doesn't matter how high caliber of an athlete you are. If you don't have ring chemistry, then you can't be in the ring together. I mean, this is my tag team partner, and I believe we have great chemistry. We've worked on it. It's taken work. We have our own skill sets, our own moves, and it's taken a while for us to, work towards get where we are. So I think it's just one of the results of those things. How you feel, man?
Yeah, I mean, Troy, honestly, I'm going to say this. I think this is going with Kevin Owens. I think this is going exactly where you said it was going to go. Jey Uso is trying to work with Kevin. He's trying.
Right.
But
Right.
Kevin, I just don't think he's going to see eye to eye at any point when it comes down the road with Jey Uso. And Sammy's going to say, no, I think we should give him a chance. I think we should try this. And I think it's going to end up a turn of Kevin Owens on Sami Zayn, and we're going to get another match between those two, and also something where Jey Uso is going to be involved as well. So, it was accidental. We know it was accidental. I mean, it was very clear that it was accidental. But, with Jay's history with Kevin and Sami, I don't think Kevin's seeing it that way.
Well, let's be real, Billy. I'm not the type of thing, but let's be real. You've been in the ring with me, and you've been in the ring against me.
Yeah.
Now, you know damn well in the ring, you don't see things always as clearly as people outside of the ring.
Exactly.
As an observer, you see things differently than when you're in the ring. In the ring, you're in the motion, you're in the movement, you're in the moment. You feel me? So getting a super kick from your tag team partner, you might not think of it so clearly all the time right then and there at the exact moment. But these things clearly do happen, like I said.
Right.
Fact.
And we were rooting, I'm sure all of us in this podcast, for Jey Uso and Kevin Owens to come out on top. But unfortunately, with Dirty Dom interfering and the accidental super kick, and like you said, you could tell the lack of charisma. Now, if that would have been Sami Zayn in Kevin Owens' corner, Troy Black, like you just said, your tag team partner sitting right next to you. Billie's injured. I'm your partner for the night. Shit just got fucked up. And look, think about it. Like you just said, the charisma with Jey Uso and Kevin Owens, there's nothing there.
Yep.
It's at zero. There's no trust. There's no love. There's no brothership. There's nothing there. So if Sami Zayn would have been in the corner, Troy, would it have been different?
Definitely different. Um, they don't even. So when it comes down to ring chemistry, it's not always about who has the best moves, but who has the best accuracy, and that's with both players. You know what I'm saying? I go in, I super kick someone, I'm dragging them towards Billy for the tag. On that point, I don't know what Billy's going to do, but it's up to me to have enough chemistry with my tag team partner to be able to figure out what he's trying to do, and you execute it. That's the whole point of chemistry. You're supposed to be able to go into a match without even talking about your moves and pretty much pick up what your opponent wants you to do, and you execute it as the best way you possibly can. That being said, yeah, I think Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, they won the tag team champions not just from being inexperienced, but from fucking chemistry. So that being said, yeah, I definitely think it would have they would have pulled off the win.
I do have a quick personal question for Billy the Kid, real quick.
Yeah, what's
Also
up,
the
brother?
also the lost son. It's actually a wrestling question. So, is tag team versus singles, which one's harder as a rookie wrestler?
As a rookie wrestler, I would say learning to build chemistry and strength with your partner and knowing what each other's going to do in the ring is going to be harder because as a singles competitor, you got that mindset of this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to execute it. When you're working with a tag team partner, you guys build that chemistry between each other, but you also got to know at the right moment which move you're delivering and how you're delivering.
So, another personal question, but this is for Troy Black. Are you a free agent now?
um, yes. As far as now, I am a free agent. Actually, I've been a free agent the whole time. I dibble dabble in different, companies. I've won championships in different companies. As you
Right.
know, I was just, with 4PW. Had to cut ties due to lack of management. Um, even Vince McMahon threw temper tantrums, but certain temper tantrums from dudes that are almost 40 years old and haven't really made it anywhere. I'm not, trying to get into it too much. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
But
right.
but yes, I am a free agent currently. I am. I am definitely a free agent. I am filled with skills, and actually, the reason why I'm in this attire right now instead of my, normal, dressed up self, uh, me and my tag team partner, we actually just ended up buying some wrestling equipment. So we went out there, and I've been training him on a little bit of because I have a former MMA background. I've won like 3 Naga tournaments. So I'm teaching a little bit more grappling, more hands-on, more of controlling your breathing. And that actually brings you back to the question you asked him. I personally think that singles is harder. For the simple fact that if you do a tag team, there are certain people you can just wing it with. Depending on your skill set, you can just wing it. But to be a single, your stamina, your breathing, all of that shit matters. When you're a tag team, you have a little bit of leeway to tag that other person in when you need a break to think and, collect your thoughts and collect your, what you want to do next. Versus when you're in there, it's just go, 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 baby. You're like, the spotlight's on you. The heat is on you. The time is now. But yes, I am currently a free agent. I am seeking into other gyms. Definitely.
The reason why I wanted to put that out there is because we have fans from different platforms of your new videos that I edited and dropped that have asked questions about you. And I just wanted to put that out there for all the promotions. Wink, wink to everybody around that these two gentlemen right here, my podcast brothers, are also wrestlers. They're free agents. They're talented. They're strong, and they're good people. So everybody pay attention to these two guys because they're going somewhere. I
I'll
just
tell
wanted
you
to
like
give.
this, man. Wherever I'm going, I'm bringing my tag team partner with me. Yep, that's my brother. I held it down for him. He holds it down for me. We're solid. We're a solid team.
And that was my honorable mention of the night. Goes to my brothers over here on the podcast team. I wanted to get that out the way early. Much love. Troy, you have brought a new energy to this podcast.
That's a fact.
And I just wanted to say thank you. I love you. I'm here for you. I'm glad you're part of the team, my guy. And I hope you're doing all right, man. And Nia Jax came back.
Yes.
Woo,
Woo.
you don't even understand. I have literally been talking to my girl about this. She's like, "Who is that? I don't know that." Listen, I told her to try to tell her. Listen, when she comes back, you're gonna fucking know. She came back at fucking Royal Rumble. I expected her to come back. Previous, or following weeks after that didn't happen. That's okay. But I knew something was in the works at some point in time. It was either me, Nia Jax, or Tamina, and I'm pretty sure another "I told you so" moment right here. I said something about Nia Jax coming back, And I shit you not, she came back and she fucking stacked everybody. She fucking left.
Oh yeah, I mean,
She
you
made
see
her
the look
fucking
on
point.
you seen the look on Rhea's face, like looking around, like, oh my god.
Let's be real. Let's be real. Ben, you seen the match with Rhea and Raquel.
Yes.
Billy, you seen the match with Rhea.
Yeah.
You seen how much she struggled. I'm a Rhea fan. I love Rhea. I love me some Rhea Ripley.
Raquel.
She struggled. There's no way she's going through Nia. No way. No way. Nope. Nia Jax looks better than she ever has. She dropped some weight, gained some muscle. She's perfected her moveset and her craft a little bit more. I think she's ready. She's been ready, and now she's ready to prove it to everybody else that she's been ready.
Yep, she's ready for that championship.
So you got to think Rhea Ripley been dominating the women's division, since NXT. Been pretty dominant overall her whole career. Always been a monster in the ring to deal with. She just ran into trouble, guys. She just ran into big trouble.
She ran into a fucking Mack truck is what she ran into. A Mack truck that she could. It's literally the unstoppable force versus the immovable object is what we're dealing with right now. That's what we're seeing live here in front of us.
Yes.
And then Drew McIntyre and Xavier Woods put on a hard-hitting hell of a match. One of the, shortly, touch base on it. Drew McIntyre with the win, of course. But look at Xavier Woods' talent in the ring.
I'm going to take this one first, brother.
So Drew McIntyre and Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods has really built himself up size-wise in the past 2 years. Like, he was not much to look at when we first started seeing him. And me personally, I feel like that WWE has not utilized him enough or give him enough push to build that up. Now, as far as the New Day goes, the New Day group, they've been doing amazing. But I think as a singles competitor, that man knows how to deliver a hard-hitting match. It was kind of a match that, honestly, I was like, you got a face versus a face. You got Drew versus Xavier. I was like, that was kind of a random match. But when I sat down and actually watched through the whole match, I was pretty impressed. But, it ended like it always does. My boy Drew delivering that Claymore. 1, 2, 3.
Claymore.
How do you feel?
Troy? Oh, how do I feel? Well, Drew McIntyre is a big son of a bitch. Okay, that man is massive as hell, and I'm gonna tell you, he hits you with a headbutt, and then turns around and hits you with a kick to the face with a leaping full force from the ropes, bounce off kick to the face. That's it. That's it. It don't matter. Look, it don't matter who you are. Okay, now Brock Lesnar with my nice Japanese blanket on the wall. Okay, Brock Lesnar, it took more than one Claymore. But a normal man, you gotta have heart to get back up from that. Xavier Woods is just too little of a guy with not enough heart to fight Drew McIntyre, and that's what it was.
There's probably only maybe 5 people that I could probably think of that could probably kick out of Claymore the first time.
Yep.
And Xavier Woods is not one of them. He's not even in the top 20.
No.
However, I agree with what Billy says. Xavier Woods wasn't really shit to look at. We go back 3-4 years ago, bro. Xavier Woods wasn't that main event type of dude. You feel me? However, Xavier Woods does have an excruciating move set to go against.
Yes.
That is a fucking fact. Mm-hmm. There's very few people that we see do coast to coast and can smack a motherfucker in their head. You feel me? Like and Xavier Woods is one of them.
Yeah.
So Xavier Woods gives me nostalgic feeling of Shane McMahon coast to coast, damn near every time he steps in the ring. That being said, I do agree. He definitely has beefed up. They lost him over Big E. Someone's going to have to be the powerhouse, and it's going to have to be Xavier Woods. So he stepped up, and I think he's handling that position pretty well. As far as his match, the heel or the face versus face, excuse me. I thought it was great to see two people perform where there's no necessary bad blood. This is where we get to see authentic, wrestling. This is where we get to see, people show off their skills a little bit more. It's not like just, trying to kill the other opponent and knock them the fuck out. You feel me? So I loved it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. And I think Xavier Woods, if he keeps on the path that he's going on, he might be a champion, a singles champion someday, soon, very soon.
Yeah. That's fact.
The moment of Raw for me that kind of set the mood, I should say, or set the bar of the night was when we had a double submission victory. We had Ciampa with the save early in the night, right?
Yep.
And then turn around later on in the night, and we have a double submission victory with a hard-hitting match. Walter in a submission, having to watch on as his member of Imperium taps out.
Yep.
Are we looking at a new Intercontinental Champion at Fastlane?
I honestly think we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for the longest time, we've seen these matches back and forth between Chad Gable and Gunther. And Chad Gable has beat the clock challenge against Gunther because Gunther couldn't beat him in time in the window. He beat him in a countout victory, and then he lost the match for the title. But I think at Fastlane, I think Gunther's numbers up. I think Chad has it.
I definitely think Chad has it in the bag. I think that they just kind of wanted to put Gunther over to become the longest reigning. But now that's about to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got what you wanted. Now it's time to give. You got what you wanted. Now it's time to give.
Yep.
454 plus days as the reigning Intercontinental Champion of the world. My man Gunther.
I think that's going to hang for at least another 10 years.
Facts.
For another 10 years, I think it'll hang.
Yeah.
Stark saves Baszler.
Okay.
Billy, did you see it coming? Did you see placement with Zoe Stark right away, or did you think they'd venture for a while?
I mean, I guess I feel it was something that was going to happen right away. It's just sometimes WWE throws things in there that you don't expect. And I think that's one of them given situations of this. So
let's be real. Shayna Baszler does not shake many motherfuckers' hands, bro. She doesn't.
Facts.
And she gave true respect to Zoe Stark. I knew something was happening as soon as someone like Shayna Baszler pays you respect. She was happy to have that match against Zoe.
Yep.
More than happy. And showed her respect afterward. I knew that there was something building. Come on now. Look at their styles. Shayna Baszler coming from an MMA background, straight out the fucking octagon, bro. Smacking up Ronda Rousey, packing her up, sending her ass home, where she doesn't even want to show up no more. And then, of course, there's Zoe Stark. She had that huge run with
Trish Stratus.
Trish Stratus.
brain fart.
My bad. Yeah.
It's
Brain
all
fart.
good.
Yeah.
It happens.
You see how that ended. She had to go somewhere. Come on, the W was not going to waste her fucking talent. Come on, these women are in the up and up right now. The women's division is the strongest division, and I stand by that completely, fully right now. And it has been ever since COVID, and a little bit before that, to be honest with you. Like the women's division has definitely stepped it up 110%, and I'm behind it all the way. So yeah, Tony Stark, I could see this happening, and she deserves that fucking push. She's done everything in her.
Sorry, I had to correct that.
Tony Stark. I did say Tony Stark. I did say Tony Stark.
Oh, I'm glad this is uncut because you just get a laughing moment with stuff like that happening.
Uncut, baby. No script.
He definitely deserves this push, bro. And it's well deserved, and it's been a long time coming.
No, ever since WWE decided to give the women that respect that they show the men, like they finally said, okay, we're done with this whole thing with the women where the brawl
The
matches.
lingerie.
Yeah, treating them like they were an item to show off. Instead of doing that, they gave them the respect and let them show that they could wrestle just like the men. And ever since they've done that, the women have been unstoppable. And it's been a great turn of events for WWE. And I enjoy watching every match now. Before, it was just kind of like, eh. But now, it's definitely there.
I agree.
So me and Troy's boy, The Miz, doing a little show off in the ring, sending a message to LA Knight, or as The Miz says, MIZ. Classic Miz in the ring, doing what The Miz does best. Cutting a promo, giving that man a microphone, a time on air, and making the fans resent and boo. You get it? Look, when the card's dead, when the card is dead, when nothing is going on with the crowd, you send out The Miz, and everything in the show is fixed. Troy.
The Miz is definitely in my top 10 of wrestlers. And when I talk about my top 10, I'm not just talking about skill inside the ring. I'm talking about skill in the ring, out the ring, on the mic, off the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like the Miz has it all. Whether you see that man as
charities,
whether you see that man as like, oh well, he's champion work. Championships don't make the man. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. From being champion of like former like places, the championship, it's a great accomplishment, but that doesn't make the champion, that doesn't make the man, that doesn't make the wrestler that you are. You feel me? Like the Miz is truly the GOAT. He's truly one of the GOATs. I will always believe that he's one of the GOATs because he can perform in the ring, out the ring, TV show, no TV show. The man is a man of multiple talents, and I have witnessed that myself. So yeah, the Miz, I agree with you. Yeah, if everything's dead, throw the Miz in there, and if that don't work, throw in his little protege, Grayson Waller, because everybody follows the Miz. Yeah. KO did it, Grayson Waller did it. You know what I mean? Bailey did it. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody tries to have Miz TV, but there's only one Miz. Only one Miz. Billy?
I mean, I will give the man his respects, and I will give him, his person where he's at in the business and how well he's done with his career. I do not deny that at all, but
that looked really hard for you to say, Billy the Kid.
It really was because I'm not a fan of the Miz.
How are you not a fan of the Miz?
I just don't like his persona, his cockiness, his I'm better than you. I'm
the Miz,
and I'm sir. What do you mean?
When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. Do you know what this means?
Billy?
How can you get a whole crowd of people in tune to hate you all at the same time? Only the Miz can do that.
Or as his wife does. No. Or as his wife does.
Hey, Maurice is one of the greats.
What? Yes. Yes, absolutely.
As a heel, as a female heel, to make the crowd look, when her music hit and she came out with her hand up in the air, oh my God, just like her husband, getting the job done as a heel.
Yep. I agree.
So the Judgment Day tried to get over on Cody Rhodes on Monday Night Raw. JD and Dirty Dom, I believe, was it? Tried to get the best, and they caught some crossroads. It didn't go so well.
Nope.
I kind of saw that coming when that whole thing started. I saw a little beat down on Cody. I predicted that. I was looking right at my wife, and I looked right at her, and I said, they're going to beat him down for a minute. Then he's going to get back up, and he's going to do the whole I'm a hero thing. And he's going to beast up and make the crowd go, whoa. And, he did what he does. I mean, Cody Rhodes is doing an amazing job as a babyface in WWE, and we don't cover him a lot, so that's why in the middle of the episode I kind of wanted to bring him up so we can take a minute. Troy, how do you feel about Cody Rhodes so far with his journey in WWE?
Um, I honestly cannot say I'm disappointed yet. I did expect more, but I also know Rome wasn't built in a day. So Cody Rhodes wants to hold on to this finish the story thing. I think he will finish his story.
He did once already with Brock Lesnar.
He closed his chapter with Brock Lesnar. And I think he wants to finish his story with Roman Reigns. I think that Cody Rhodes has done an outstanding job for the company, and he's brought WWE superstars included to the next level. So it's a positive. It's a positive for Cody Rhodes for me. It's definitely a positive for Cody Rhodes.
Really, how you feeling about Cody Rhodes so far, brother?
I love Cody Rhodes. I'm a huge fan, and I was a fan of his dad's. I love the whole, American Dream, American Nightmare. I feel like he said he closed the chapter with Brock Lesnar. Hasn't quite done that with Roman Reigns, just because the WWE wants to keep Roman on top. I really feel like they're trying to push Roman just like they did with Gunther to that #1 spot, and then they're going to release that title. And that's ultimately what it is. That's all it is, and that's why they don't have much left for him to do. That's why he's not on TV. Like they kind of paused the bloodline thing. Still see a few little bloodline things happening here and there, like Jimmy rejoining the bloodline. Like, get out of here with that. He was completely done with the bloodline, just like Jay. And now you want to put him back into it? No, it doesn't work like that. But of course, WWE, they're going to do that because that's not what we want. But Cody Rhodes, he's a phenomenal athlete. He delivers in the ring every time he steps in there, and he whooped Dom and JD McDonald's asses, handed them to him. So yeah, 5 stars.
So we bounce a little bit in the future. We're going to stick on Cody Rhodes for a minute, if you guys don't mind. He has to earn a title match somehow. So in my mind, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but that leaves 2 more pay-per-views to do so: the Chamber and Royal Rumble.
Yep. To earn an opportunity at the title.
So which one is it going to be, do you think? I mean, just an early prediction for fun. You could, if you want to change it later when it comes time to prediction time, but is it the Chamber or is it the Rumble?
Honestly, it's hard to tell because what I've noticed with the bloodline, like you said, you got to work your way up to, like you said. If you beat Roman Reigns, if you beat Solo Sikoa, you got yourself a shot.
He's already beat him.
Beat him for that. You got to beat him for the #1 contendership. You got to prove your work. Yeah, you beat him once, but Roman Reigns also got beat in a tag team match as well. Who was it? It was John Cena and someone else. Maybe it was Sam. I think it might have been Sami Zayn. I think it was John Cena and Sami Zayn beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 got the pin count. Got the pinfall. So it's not that Roman Reigns is unbeatable. It's just you got to catch him when there's no other bloodline around. And the only way to do that is take out Solo. You take out Solo, Roman Reigns has to pay attention to you.
Yeah.
You take out Jimmy, that might set up something for like the next pay-per-view for him to go against Solo, but that would be your 2 matches to get to WrestleMania. You feel me? Like, it would have to be Jimmy, then have to be Solo, then Roman. That's at WrestleMania. That's how I see that happen.
So as far as it comes to Cody and Jay, it's there's always been that inkling in a lot of people's minds that Jay should be the one to dethrone Roman. And there is talks, across rumor boards and stuff like that, that Jay is going to be the one to win the Rumble. And I mean, that would be kind of a surprise, kind of a shock because nobody would really be expecting it, I guess, because not many people see that. But he's called main event Jey Uso for a reason. So I mean, I feel if Cody is gonna win a title eventually, like a main title, I honestly think it's gonna be against Seth Rollins, and I think Jay's gonna go for Roman's title, and that's where Roman's reign will end. It'll be at WrestleMania. I mean, that's what I think is gonna happen. But it's the WWE, so anything could happen.
We hit that 10-minute buzzer.
Damn.
Yeah.
So we got one more piece of news to cover. That's a damn dab right there. Woo! And we smoke on this podcast and we drink on this podcast. So we're all chill.
Yeah.
So we got Becky Lynch. There's no other news to cover from NXT. Let's be serious. There is, but there isn't. Not enough, time, in my opinion, to talk about it. But Becky freaking Lynch becoming a Grand Slam champion. Okay. Getting the job done. So now her and her husband, I just watched an interview earlier. Her exact words were, "Me and my husband rule the title division." They are the heavyweight champs now.
Ultimately, that is exactly what this was about. I don't foresee this being a long reign for Becky Lynch. I love Becky and Seth, but ultimately, I think that's what it was about, was making Becky a Grand Slam champion. Because now, I was watching a piece of news today. All 4 women that were part of the Horseman stable in NXT are Grand Slam champions. All 4 of them. So that's ultimately what this was about. And also, the fact of the matter was that Finn Balor actually helped train Becky Lynch. I was reading into that. He helped train Becky Lynch. So within a couple of days of Finn Balor becoming a Grand Slam champion, now his student is a Grand Slam champion. So ultimately, I think Becky may carry it for a couple months, but then I think that somebody in NXT is going to take it back from her. So, all right, Troy.
I agree. I think it is, about that time for Becky to be a Grand Slam champion. Come on now, she's been Becky 2 belts. She's been the man, big lasso ass kicker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
she's had a lot of names, a lot of titles. It's about time. It's about time that she became Grand Slam champion. So I honor it. I respect it. I believe in it because I've always believed in Becky Lynch. Always believed in Becky Lynch. Honestly, and I'm a big Seth fan. I might be a slightly big Becky fan, more than Seth. But congratulations, Becky Lynch. Congratulations, Seth Rollins, as always. I think they're a great fucking power couple. They're a power couple that made it.
Yep.
I was happy. I was nudging my wife on her arm, like, look. And she was on TikTok. And I was like, hey, look, 1, 2. And I jumped in the air. I said 3. I had that Billy energy that time. I don't get that for everything, but that match right there, I was strictly like, Becky needed the W. There was no reason for her to lose to Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton, nothing against Tiffany Stratton, very talented, very, 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 very good at what she does in the ring. But that's Becky 2 belts. That's the man, okay? When I went into that match, I strictly at the end wanted a hard-hitting match. Check, got it. Wanted it to be back and forth. Check, got it. Wanted it to be, oh my God, and the fans cheering. Got it. Got everything you could want in a main event match. And look, Becky Lynch doing what she does. I'm going to start calling her Becky 5 stars. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, I got a surprise question for you, Ben.
What's up?
How are your feelings currently, and what are your thoughts for the future for Braun Breaker?
The man is, he needs to go. He needs to be released, in my opinion. He just physically assaulted somebody with steel steps. completely missed the shot. The man left in a stretcher. That right there, maybe not let go, suspended, sent back down to OVW. Okay. I've been watching that new Netflix show, Wrestlers, about OVW, and maybe they should send Braun back down to OVW, if you feel me, because I don't think he's ready for NXT, and he's definitely not ready for the main roster. He kind of reminds me of Ryback, just very unsafe to work with. Feelings in the future. I'm gonna be honest with you, Troy. I could give a rat's ass about Braun Breaker's career. I don't care if he's Rick or Scott Steiner's nephew and son. I could give a rat's ass. Okay, Scott Steiner, one of the greats. Rick Steiner, one of the greats. That doesn't make him one of the greats just because his last name has Steiner behind it. Okay, he doesn't touch his uncle or his dad, in my opinion. I don't like the guy. Like Billy hates the Miz. I can't stand Braun Breaker.
How you feel about that, Billy?
I mean, I kind of lean in the same direction. I feel I heard about what he did, and I feel if you're going to injure somebody that badly, that there should be some kind of consequences for doing it. So
I'm a Braun Breaker fan. Always has been, always have been. Excuse me. But after this recent thing, I don't know. I don't know whether it's his persona getting to him or whether it's untraining. But yeah, injuring your teammates is not what's up. Actually, that's kind of what led me to drop the 4PW brand. Is a situation where my tag team partner was laid out for like about 3 or 4 weeks, and we came back to it, and somebody in the gym was like kind of threatening to point out his injuries and shit, and then he tried to say, oh, it was like for promo purposes. I'm like, dude, listen, we're not the you're not Cody Rhodes, bro. He's not Cody Rhodes. He's not getting paid millions of dollars to do this. We're doing this because we love it. We're doing this because we have a heart. But for you to go out your way and target, someone's injuries, or go out your way and injure someone purposefully, that's not being professional, man. It's just straight up not being sportsmanlike. And for me, going from MMA to this, like, I was in a sport where you actually break people on purpose. I got into this sport because I don't want to break people to win. I don't want to actually hurt people. Like, it's a sport. So you get injured. I get that. That happens. Injuries are prone to happen. But for you to target injuries and injure people, your own teammates, they're in your locker room and everything else, like, it's kind of low to me, man. It's kind of scummy, to be honest with you. So this whole new thing with Braun Breaker has shook me and has me questionable. So I am on the fence whether he should be sent back to the performance center or something. Like, dude, you just literally could have ended a man's career for real. And I know that WWE uses stuff like that, like, real life stuff like they did with Jeff Hardy and his alcoholism. Like, I know they use that stuff for spicy, storylines, but come on, my man. You got to get it together. But that's my opinion.
Facts. We hit that minute buzzer. Unfortunately, it's time to give our honorable mentions of the night. Billy the Kid.
shout out to you, brother, for being an amazing host tonight, and all together just through all the episodes that we've gone through so far. It's been a great run.
I would
Troy?
say my shout out goes to WWB Wrestling with Bros. As long as HAW, Danny, I hope you're watching this, along with the rest of the wrestlers. It's been a journey, man. It's been a journey. I loved it. I love it. We just seem to be on the up and up, and I'm just happy that you guys, allowed me to be part of it.
Thank you.
And I'm Big Baby Ben.
Billy the Kid Rogers.
Troy Black, baby.
This has been another amazing episode of Wrestling with the Bros. Good night, guys.